this video, we will further see the usage of ChatGPT. For the first advanced conversation, let's begin by asking ChatGPT, I want to cook something with mango today. Can you suggest 10 dishes? This is where you ask ChatGPT to generate a specific number of options using a specific number of things. In this case, it is 10 items for mango. So over here, you can see that I have got a list of 10 items that I can cook with mango. And this is where things get interesting. Now look at this list. Select the options that we like. I would like to have some mango cheesecake. So I will ask ChatGPT to generate a shopping list for me based on that option. Generate a shopping list for number 9. I don't particularly have to say the names of the recipe, but it should know what I mean by default. Now, this output is also essentially a list. But over here, we don't have a limit. As you can see, it is just going ahead and creating a shopping list based on my prompt. It is already sectioned and indented, allowing us to get more clarity on the subject now, which is cool. This is also just the beginning, as we can continue this conversation based on all the context we have got. A list of 10 items and also the shopping list now. The next question I will give is quite intuitive. I'm going to ask it for the exact cooking steps for mango cheesecake, and this will give a detailed list of how to cook that particular food. Cooking steps for mango cheesecake. This is just an example of how OpenAI ChatGPT can be used for cooking. Now I am going to take a look at how I can use ChatGPT to help me get some coding. How do I make HTTP request in JavaScript? This is a pretty ordinary prompt, but we'll be able to start seeing some of the coding aspects of ChatGPT over here. This answer can be generated in a number of ways. First, it will give me a context of the problem, after which it will write the code. Then it will give me an explanation of how the code works. All this is quite useful, and this is just the beginning. Now I'm going to update this prompt to collect a stock data of the Nifty Bank Index for the previous day. Update the request to collect stock data of Nifty Bank for previous day. I expect that ChatGPT will update the response in some manner. Let's see what we get. The result is that OpenAI will generate a response, but it will create a generic version of it using that don't really exist. One good thing over here is that you can copy the code directly and paste it on your editor. You should also know that you have to be very particular about the prompts that you give because it is very hard for you to convey the proper details to ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT should have a very clear idea of what you are trying to achieve with this prompt. This is why if you have a background, encoding things might be a quite simpler because you know exactly what you are looking for. Whereas if you don't have a background, encoding things might be a difficult job because you won't be able to convey the right idea, and this is true for all kinds of industries. Another popular use of ChatGPT is to create content for websites and even documents. While you wouldn't want to use the entire document, you will need to modify it. You can help with this example. Create a copyright and release form for an educational video that I can use in a page. I am trying to create a copyright and release form for a video. Now, this response here is giving me a template, and I can be a bit more specific saying that it is for an educational video. This will help me customize the output to make it better outline for my use. In case, of course, you can also make it a bit more specific. Since I live in India, I can ask ChatGPT to include local laws and legislatures to update this response. Draft it according to Indian laws and regulations. The output from ChatGPT is essentially the same, but with updated information according to Indian Copyright Act 1957 over here. This is one of the ways that you can use ChatGPT to write your documents and content for your website. ChatGPT is entirely free, and this got me wondering how good could it actually be? So what I did was head over to Stack Overflow and copy pasted some of random questions into ChatGPT. I wanted to figure out if ChatGPT could actually solve this problem for me. ChatGPT not only solved that error but also provided explanations of where I went wrong. It came with a snippet which I could directly copy in my editor, and that was pretty damn cool. Now, this feature of ChatGPT got a lot of people worried. They wanted to know if this will replace programmers. So let me tell you, ChatGPT is incredibly efficient in writing code, but developers are still needed. The thing is, while ChatGPT can write code, the user entering prompts need to know exactly what is needed and how the code can be executed. So, if you are a programmer, you would find it easier to use ChatGPT to build applications. But if you don't know coding, this will be very tough. While coding has definitely become easier with ChatGPT, the applications of ChatGPT does not end here.